Hello everybody, and welcome to episode number 96 of Minnows to Kings, back here in San Marino with SS Cosmos, where we have got our Europa League second knockout round. Both legs coming up against Arsenal. We're at home for the first leg. That's going to be a very, very difficult game against Arsenal. We have played Arsenal before. If you remember, we went over it in the last episode. We just have a look at the past meetings here. They beat us 6-1 at our place and then 5-1 back at the Emirates. So it's going to be a difficult game. Squad-wise, you'll have to bear with me for a minute. It's the first time I've played Football Manager in quite a number of days. I've been focusing very much on F1 Manager, and I've been really enjoying myself with that. So I've also got some episodes up on the channel. So if you're interested in Formula 1 or Formula 1 Manager and want to see how I'm getting on, jump over to one of those videos and give it a watch. So just bear with me squad-wise for just a minute while I get into things. It looks pretty much like the correct squad is picked. I have got Leader in as the left back for today's game. Has got a reasonable left foot. He can play on the left side as well. He's not too bad as a wing back. The reason is that Cesarini himself is actually suspended for the European competition, which brings Alfaro in as the right wing back. Again, not too bad of a player, but the wing back areas is where we're struggling really. It's going to be Martin Nunez continuing as centre back. Again, I'm really excited to see just how much of this potential Nunez can fulfil at 18 years old. I'm a little bit disappointed about his consistency, but he is fairly professional. He's got 2 good feet. He's got some good physicals, and he's got some good attributes for a central defender as well. He's going to be alongside Kevin Engelhardt, the German. Again, could still improve a little bit, but he's got some really good physicals again. Some alright mentals, and he's not too bad as a central defender. As the regista, it's going to be Ilyashev, the newest addition to the squad. Again, not too bad of a player, and I'm interested to see again if he can fill this potential at 18 years old. The midfield 3 is going to be Alfie Moon, continuing as the ball winner midfielder. Again, some good attributes for that position. It's going to be Alfonso as the advanced playmaker, the 20-year-old Argentine now. Still, again, got some good attributes. It says that he could still improve here. He's going to be alongside Revolta, who is possibly the weak link in this midfield now, despite having some really good attributes. And then up front, we're going to go with the on-loan man from Liverpool, Sam Roberts. Not really found the type of form this season, especially in European competition, or he does have 11 goals, but a lot of those come from the qualifying. But he's not really wowed me in terms of Europe. And then it's the man who I'm most looking forward to, is Estevão Cirillo, the 19-year-old Brazilian. According to the star ratings, he's reached his potential, but he is consistent, he's professional, he's got 2 good feet, and he's got some really good attributes for that pressing forward role. So without any further ado, we're going to get into today's game at the San Marino Stadium against Arsenal. We'll have a look and see if we recognise any of their players. There's Militao. I don't know if that's the Militao that we all know. Bukayo Saka's still there, Emil Smith-Rowe, Aaron Ramsdale on the bench, Martin Odegaard on the bench as well. Vitinha, I recognise the name Vitinha. So yeah, it's a fairly strong Arsenal side. The question is, I doubt that we're going to get a result here, but the question is, have we improved from the last time that we played Arsenal? And that is really the burning desire in my mind. Have we made that improvement where we can at least take the game to Arsenal, not concede 11 goals against them this time over the 2 legs? That would be what I'm looking for. Right, we do have our first highlight in the 18th minute. It's a kick by Avenatti, which we haven't won in the air, but Alfie Moon picks up the ball now. It's Alfonso driving forward, feeds Alfaro. It's Cirillo with the effort from range. Not a bad effort there. I think the goalkeeper probably had it covered, to be honest. Right, Leader with the throw-in on the left-hand side. It's a poor one. It's easily cut out by Blanca. And now it's Vitinha again. Blanco to Militao, and Bagarin switches the ball to the other side to Ait Nouri, who is a real player, formerly of Wolves, I believe. It's a good ball forward, though, towards Abascal. He's forced wide. He gets the ball across towards Saka, and Bukayo Saka scores his 12th goal of the season. All alone at the far post. Poor defending, really, there from the left-back, which is Maurice Leader. I'm not entirely sure where he is. I think he's here. That is leader, and he's not really watching the run. He's drawn towards the near post there when the ball comes in. That's poor defending there from leader. Really, and Saka just had all the time in the world to find the target. And it's took Arsenal nearly 40 minutes to score, which is good. That is an improvement on our side of things. But still find ourselves behind at the break. Can we rally in the second half and get ourselves back into the game? Let's just keep telling the boys that we've got faith. The more we encourage them, the better that we're going to do. Sam Roberts, again, as I said, is having a poor game. He's on a 6.4. We may look to swap him up for Selva. I'll see how he's doing on it. In fact, no. I was going to wait till 60 minutes, but no, he's still playing really, really poorly. So Sam Roberts, I'm sorry, mate, but you're hooked. You just do not perform well in these European games. Arsenal coming forward in the 55th minutes again. It's Saka gets the ball across towards the far post, and they've hit the crossbar, and we've blocked the follow-up twice. I think that was Alfie Moon, was it? It was Alfie Moon. Blocked the two efforts there from the Arsenal player, but Vitinha with the corner, and Avenatti pulls that one out the air very, very nicely. Great save by the goalkeeper. We're going to give it a little bit of a demand more. I think we can still get something out of this game. Alfonso in the centre of midfield is another one who's having a poor game. He's on a 6.2. We'll get... I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring Jose Maria on, and we'll swap those two around. Irishev can play as a playmaker. He's got good passing, good vision. So hopefully we'll make that little change there. If I press confirm, that would be very helpful. Alfonso wasn't having the best of games. Revolta with the corner for Cosmos though, towards Engelhardt. And Engelhardt nods it on, and Marco Selva levels the game up for SS Cosmos in the 69th minute with a great corner routine there. Swung in by Revolta. Nodded on at that near post by Engelhardt. And it's a tap-in for Selva. Couldn't miss, really. Couldn't miss. Now, can we go and grab a winner? The XG tells the story, really. Arsenal have been much the better team, but we have grown back into this game in the second half. And now, is this our opportunity? No, they win the ball. It's Ait Nouri towards Ogar. Ait Nouri again. Feeding Ogar, but Alfaro tries to cut it out. We have cut it out in the end. Avenatti just clears the ball as far as McHugh. Now it's Biyako Saka on this left-hand side. Gets the ball in. It's cleared by Engelhardt. Now Leader and Jose Maria to Iryashev. We've given the ball away again, though. Marcus Aurelio finds Martin Odegaard. Now Oga in towards Saka, and it's a poor effort from Saka there. Really, really should be looking to hit the target. Avenatti pulls that cross out of the air fantastically inside the final 10 minutes. Can he get us going up the other end? He's gone long, but McHugh wins that to Marcus Aurelio. Odegaard, now Absco forward to Ogar, one-on-one with the keeper. It's a great save by Avenatti again, and Alfaro not taking any chances. Just clears the ball to touch. And this has been a fantastic performance by the Cosmos boys as Cirillo picks up an injury. That's bad news, a potential foot injury for Cirillo. We've got Masoudi on the bench. Going to have to come on for the final 5 minutes of injury time. Hopefully that injury to Cirillo is not too bad, because he's our star man. But we've actually pulled off a draw against Arsenal. Maybe we didn't deserve it when you look at the XG. You look at some of the performances as well. I'm not going to complain. We've pulled off a draw against Arsenal. Last time we played that fixture in the San Marino Stadium, Arsenal came and put 6 past us. So I am not going to complain about that. Anyway, I have got Tre Fiore to play in between before we get into the next Arsenal game in a week's time. So I'm going to go rotate the squad for that Tre Fiore game, and I'll come back in just a minute and we'll carry on with the Arsenal second leg. Just quickly, between the two Arsenal games, we've got our youth intake for this season. It is considered a half-star poor intake. There's not really a lot of talent in here. But then again, we are still struggling to bring these youth players up. This guy doesn't look too bad. Claudio Mulleroni, 15-year-old San Marino player as a central defender. He's got great aggression for a central defender. Tackling is not too bad. Marking, positioning, heading. He's got good jumping reach as well. 6'2" at 15 years old. balanced personality, so he's not too bad. So we may sign him up onto a contract, stick him in the youth team and see if he can improve. They've got Manuel Francini, a central midfielder. Again, as a ball-win midfielder, 8 tackling, that's not the greatest. But again, not too bad. He's unambitious though, which is a letdown. We may not sign him for that reason. Jacopo Conte. Conte is a goalkeeper. Again, not too bad. But I'm going to look through, obviously, the youth players, and I'll make a decision as which ones I'm going to sign. I think I am going to sign Claudio Mulleroni straight up though. He is probably the best of a bad bunch, and his attributes for that central defender position aren't actually too bad for a 15-year-old, and with our training facilities there's obviously a chance that he could improve. So I'm going to sign him up to contract. I'm almost at the Arsenal game, and I'll catch up with you guys again in a minute. Right guys, at the Emirates then, 17:45 kickoff. It's an early kickoff for this Arsenal game. In terms of the other ties, Nice 4-0 up against Besiktas, Lazio 2-1 up against Rangers, Newcastle are 2-0 down against Lyon, Celtic are 2-0 down. If any of you were wondering how John Avia's Freiburg got on, they were knocked out by Nice on penalties in that round. I wonder if John Avia actually got himself on the score sheet at all. No, he didn't. Did he even play? Did Mr. Avia even play? It doesn't look like he did, unless he came off the bench. No, he didn't even come off the bench. So John Avia, I think it's fair to say that his move to the Bundesliga hasn't been too successful, although he's not done too badly Bundesliga-wise with a 6.97. But in terms of Europe for them, he's actually been quite poor, to be fair. John Avia, of course, we absolutely raped Freiburg for the money for him with what we paid, but more importantly, we have got Arsenal to get into, and I've clicked the back button, so it's going to load this match report again because I've clicked the wrong button. That's something you should all be used to by now. I nearly clicked watch goals there. We've got a few selection issues in terms of this game, a couple of suspensions. Cirillo, obviously, as we know from the last game, is injured. He has got a twisted ankle. His expected return is 7 days to 3 weeks, so that's unfortunate. Alfie Moon has picked up suspension, as has Revolta. So in terms of the lineups today, Cesarini has come back from suspension, but then he's actually picked up a small injury himself, which is a tight thigh, but I think I'm going to have to play him in this game. He's ready to go, really. He is ready to go. So Cesarini comes in as the left back. The back four, other than that, is the same. Jose Maria is going to come in as the regista, with Iryashev pushing forward to the ball-win midfielder. He is okay playing there. I've also had to bring Ottaviani in to play as the centre mid on attack, obviously with the suspensions to two of our midfielders. Selva then is going to come in as the pressing forward, with Roberts keeping his place up front as the advanced forward. I was going to take Roberts out, but then Cirillo has picked up that injury. Jose Maria is lacking match fitness. He hasn't played for a little while, has Jose Maria. I'm obviously concentrating on the players that we actually own, which is Nunez and Engelhardt. So as particularly Nunez, he is, I think, going to be a fantastic player, as is Avenatti. Avenatti is growing really, really well attribute-wise. It's just his personality that lets him down, really. Anyway, kick-off at the Emirates. Last time we were here, we were beaten 5-1, but we've got a game to try and win. It's level after the first leg. Excellent result for Cosmos in San Marino. We are straight away looking to counter-attack, though, with Selva coming down the left-hand side. Finds Cesarini, who finds Ottaviani. Now Alfonso feeds Selva again. This is the opportunity for Selva. It's a poor effort from Selva. Puts his shot the wrong side of Pires, really. He needed to go across the goalkeeper, but Pires still had to make the save. But you'd expect Selva to at least make the goalkeeper work a bit more than he has there. As now Arsenal are growing into the game. Avenatti's rating's gone up into the greens. It's in the 7s. So he's having a little bit to do. But we are looking, if you look at the match stats here, we're actually looking quite comfortable so far. And approaching half-time, Avenatti goes long with the goal kick. Roberts has pulled that down out of the air fantastically. Can he finish? He goes round the goalkeeper and he hits the outside the post. Hits you outside the post. It was an open goal. The angle was tight, I agree, but Roberts, you've really got to roll that in, mate. You've got to roll that in. Back in your home country, back in England. But I'm pleased to get into half time. Still level. Are we going to get to extra time and penalties potentially against the mighty Arsenal, against the Gunners? Newcastle have turned that around against Lyon. They're around 4-0, 5-0. Ilyashev with the corner for Cosmos though, looking towards Engelhardt. It's well headed clear by Blanco. Now Marcus Aurelio looking to get Arsenal on the counter-attack. Finds Hakan Uster to Blanco again. Now Uvard advancing down the left-hand side, comes back, finds Hakan Uster to Marcus Aurelio again. Hakan Uster again, looking to get the ball into the box. Can we block the cross coming in? He's found Marcus Aurelio instead. Now it's Blanco to Smith Rowe with loads of time on the edge of the area, and Emil Smith Rowe with his third goal of the season, with a great finish from outside the penalty area, gets Arsenal in front in this tie, and he just had far too much time on the ball. The midfield held their line well, but we sort of got drawn into the ball. Arsenal moved it quickly. What's happened there is this Ottaviani has had to go out to Blanco there, where it really should have been Jose Maria going out to Blanco. Maybe it was Alfonso, but because Alfonso went over here to close this space down, it left this space for Blanco, which Ottaviani, as the centre midfielder, had to close down, which then left Smith Rowe in acres of space by himself. So that's obviously the system that we're playing hasn't really worked there. We're going to demand more from the boys, though. I still think that we can get something out of this. We're not out of this game. We are not out of this game. Have we got any poor performances? Sam Roberts again, as per usual. We might just, for the sake of it, get Masoudi on. Give Masoudi a chance. See if he can actually do anything. Anybody else playing poorly? Yes, we've got a few 6.4s in there, but because of squad registration, I am limited. I've got Brizzy and Eric Seri. The forgotten man of the club, Eric Seri, hasn't played now for... It's his third season that he's not going to make an appearance for the club, and I think his contract does actually expire at the end of the season. No, I've got until next season. He is in the squad because he is homegrown at club, but we are short of players in terms of squad registration, and that's my fault with not being able to register too many players because I don't have the homegrown players, because I'll move them on before they get the homegrown status, or I'm just not signing players young enough. But that is, again, down a lot to the reputation. A lot of the youngsters that I am bringing in just aren't good enough for the first team. Anyway, Smith Rowe's good header by Cesarini to Ottaviani to Selva. Can he get anything going forward for us? But it's a poor pass forward by Saudi. And Perez goes long, looking for Aron, who wins the header, but it's straight through to Avenatti. And we've got ourselves 15 minutes to get ourselves back into this tie. Avenatti goes long, looking for Selva, but Bulgarin is underneath it again. It's Abascal feeding McKelwey. Yeah, McKelwey advancing down the right-hand side. Comes back to Smith Rowe. Ottaviani blocks that. Ball's back with Smith Rowe, though. Gets the ball into the box towards Aaron, who wins the header, but it's a poor header by Aaron. And we're still only trailing by the 1-0. We're just going to keep demanding more from the boys. Avenatti goes long with the goal kick again. We win the header this time, but Ottaviani doesn't chase. McKelwey picks it up. And now it's Bulgarin to McKelwey to Smith Rowe. Abascal, Arsenal moving forward here. Aaron, this is the chance for Arsenal. Avenatti can't save it. And Aaron puts Arsenal 2-0 in the tie. 3-1 on aggregate, and it looks like Cosmos' European Cup run for this season is going to come to an end, unfortunately. We've not played too badly. Nunez has had a poor game, really. Alfonso's poor again. I just don't have the bench to be able to change them. Bulgarin knocks that back to Perez anyway. Bozovic to Hakan Uster. Let's just not concede another one, boys. Let's just keep it respectable. As Uster down the left-hand side. I think we've done all right, you know. Last time we played them, it was, 11-2 on aggregate. As Aaron is through again, Avenatti comes out and Aaron puts it 3-0 to Arsenal. And 4-1 on aggregate. But yeah, it was 11-2 on aggregate last time. It's only 4-1 this time. So that indicates an improvement in this Cosmos squad. Arsenal was never going to be a game that we were going to win, particularly at the Emirates. So I'm pretty pleased for it only to be 4-1. And we held them for such a long time as well. How good is Aaron, by the way? He doesn't look amazing, does he? Doesn't look amazing. 12 goals and 24 for Arsenal in the league. How much did they pay for him? 7 million. 7 million. So now that makes him look a lot better than he actually is, isn't it? They've only paid 7 million for him. Anyway, that is Cosmos out of Europe for this season. I've annoyed the players. Am I going to... No, I'm making it worse. Yeah, we're out of Europe. Newcastle went through in the end, 5-3 in aggregate. Tottenham go through over Atalanta. Bayer Leverkusen 4-1 victors over Celta Vigo there. So unfortunately that is the end of our European campaign for this season. It's £1 million in the bank, which isn't really a lot. Masoudi cut a disconsolate figure following Cosmos' game against Arsenal, having yet again failed to find the net for his new club. He's played 12 matches without scoring, has Masoudi. Unfortunately that is it for this season, guys. I've got the rest of the league to play through, the cup final, the cup semi-final. Obviously it's going to be a cup final for us in San Marino, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the end of season review and just see how much we have grown as a club over this season. I'm hoping that reputation is going to change pretty soon. But on that note, I've sort of got another save going. I'm testing some stuff maybe for next year, and I've got the editor on that, and in the editor you can see club's reputation. Now reputation goes from obviously 1 to 10,000, 10,000 being the most. Cosmos start off with a reputation of around about 110, which is the lowest that I've come across so far when I've been looking. There's teams in Cyprus and stuff like that with a much higher reputation, like in the 2000s over Cosmos. So to get Cosmos to where we've got them without obviously editing anything, nothing's been edited in this save. We've literally started it from scratch. The only thing that we've put in is a stadium and some kits, but that doesn't affect anything. So what we've actually done with this club to get their reputation to this is nothing short of fantastic. Yes, we're what, 12, 13 seasons in now, and it's took a while to get there, but we are still improving the club. Hopefully some of these other clubs in San Marino can start turning professional soon, because that's what's holding the nation back more than anything. We need these other clubs to be performing well in Europe if we're gonna continue to grow this nation. You'd expect, with the amount of money that some of them have got in the bank now, that some of them would start improving. Trey Penny in particular, they keep finishing second. They've got a decent amount of money in the bank as well. So I'm really hoping that some of them are going to turn professional really soon. There's one team here that's got a value of 4 million. Yeah, 4.5 million for La Fiorita. So why they haven't turned professional, I don't know, and I don't know where that value comes from, because their players aren't really valued at anything particularly special. The facilities, they're not great. But I need these clubs to start turning professional so I can start loaning some of these players out to them and get them growing as well. But yeah, that's basically it for this season, guys. I'll come back. I'm going to play through the rest of the season. I'm going to do the end of season review in the next episode. But thank you, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, if you've got anything to say to me, then let me know in the comments. I've also got a Twitter, which you can find linked down in the description. If you want to get in touch with me on there about anything, then please don't hesitate to do so. My community is growing. It's growing slowly, but it's grown nicely. I'm up to 35 subs, which to a lot of you might be laughing at that. But considering I only started in April, and a week ago I had 23 subs, so I've actually gained 12 subs in the space of this week. So it's been a really good week for me. But yeah, thanks guys, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you all for the next episode.